So I'm Zach Shulman. I live up in Ithaca. I run the entrepreneurship program at Cornell, which is called Entrepreneurship at Cornell. I have a very unique reporting structure where I report to every dean of every school and college at the university. So that's 13 deans. There's one or two of them here today, which is fantastic. Some people think that's a crazy structure. It's absolutely the best structure ever. We have a lot of autonomy in what we do. So welcome to our event today. I'm going to go through a couple of ground rules, and then we're going to jump right into our first speaker. So we have today 4 fireside chats, 2 TED-style speakers. Following every one, there'll be live Q&A. The key to the Q&A is to make sure you have a microphone in your hand when you are asking questions, because although we can hear you without it, the people on the live stream who are not here today certainly cannot hear you unless you use the microphone. Okay, so we have a couple of microphone runners who will absolutely find you. Use the microphones. We have some startup pitches after lunch. A couple from Cornell Tech, a couple from CTL, which is Cornell Technology Licensing. So a company that's based out of Weil, and a couple that are based out of Ithaca. Scott Belsky is here this morning as well. Long time running co-MC for the event. And in fact, we have the special privilege today. One of our speakers couldn't make it due to a death in the family, and my backup is always Scott, who's an absolutely wonderful speaker. So we have Scott speaking this afternoon. You won't want to miss it. It's all about AI. So morning speakers. So Liza Lansman is here. Ponti Trevisavet is here. Tim Berry, I saw at the gym this morning. I'm sure he'll be here. He's a fraternity brother of mine, the Entrepreneur of the Year for 2024. Lunch will be from about noon to 1:30. Some of you signed up for speaker hours. This is when you have 15-minute one-on-one with speakers who volunteer their time. Those rooms are all up on the second floor. You can't miss them because there's literally signage with the speaker's face on it. Okay, make sure you get to the right room. Make sure that you are on time. If you are not on time, your slot will get reduced. Okay, they have to be very much on schedule. Like I said, pitches from 1:30 to 2:30, and then our afternoon speakers, which will be Aaron Holliday, Scott Belsky, and Mark Tatum. Mark is the Deputy Commissioner of the NBA. Very, very entrepreneurial organization. Then Scott and I will deliver some closing remarks. We'll be out of here around 5 o'clock. Okay, so I always like to thank our sponsors. There are some in the room today. We have what I call founder level sponsors at the highest level, some longtime sponsors of this. I'm not going to read all their names. We have Series A level sponsors, which is fantastic, and obviously we have some lower level, still very important, Series C level sponsors who are also a critical part of our program. These are sponsors, by the way, that sponsor our program for an entire year. They're not just sponsoring this event, right? They sponsor our program for the year. If any of you work at companies that want to sponsor our program, you should just find me, and I will happily engage, okay? It'd be great to have you. Also, some supporting organizations and a couple of representatives from these are here today as well. Okay, we have a great team from our office and volunteers that live in New York that are down here today. I just ask you to go out of your way to thank them during the day for all their hard work. This is a big event. It takes a ton of planning. Okay, I get the limelight being up here talking, but all the background work is really where it comes in. So please do me a favor and thank them throughout the day. Great. Hopefully they can hear you. And some of them are here, but the ones out in the hall probably can't. Okay, cell phones are off, please, or at least on silent. I don't require you to go into airplane mode, but at least silence your ringers. And now it's my delight to welcome Greg Morrisett up to the stage to give a quick additional intro. And I'm going to put your slide up there for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, you can just talk right here.
Thanks, Zach, and welcome back. Really excited to have Eclectic Convergence here, I think, for the 4th time. You know, when Zach moved it over here, I was so excited, so thrilled, because I love getting people onto our campus. And I love to give you just a quick update about what's going on at Cornell Tech these days, where here locally, for example, we just passed last year 100 companies spun out of Cornell Tech. Those are student-led companies from our spinouts and runway postdoctoral program. So that was a landmark that we were very proud of. And then the city just asked me to do an economic impact study to account for how much Cornell Tech is contributing to New York City. I was very pleased to find out we got a firm HR&A to do this impact study and found out that we're producing about $750 million worth of economic activity in New York City already from the couple thousand alumni, the startups, the activity here on campus and so forth. That's a pretty good investment return for the city of New York. They put in $100 million to help found this campus to get it started. Of course, Cornell and its alumni put in a lot more. We've raised in total over $1 billion to support this campus. And that activity is paying off right now. And furthermore, HR&A looked at our projected growth for the campus. Today, we're about 700 students on campus, which is pretty remarkable given that we started with 7 students 12 years ago. So a 100-fold increase is pretty remarkable. But by 2040, we're going to be about 2,000 students, and by 2030, 1,000 students. So they're projecting more than $1.5 billion worth of economic impact activity on New York City by the end of the decade. So I think New York got a pretty good return in constructing this campus, which is all about entrepreneurship. And so that's why we're so delighted to host this conference here and really appreciate Zach and his whole team for all that they do to set it up and bring it here. Anyway, I just wanted to say a big welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you for the sponsors. Thank you for all the participants. We're delighted to have you here. Good morning.